nights like this. There's something mystical about nights like this. Any concept of time don't matter. Thoughts in my mind, fill my eyes with water. I try to talk to God, and I close my eyes, but I don't see anyone. I still pray for forgiveness every time I sin. So don't leave my faith in the hands of my enemies. Don't let me die. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Don't let me drown. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Don't let me down. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Don't let me too famous, I know fit hide my face. They call me a dogu cause I live up to my name. Abura, Abura, guy name. Tell me who you go call when you feel like you don't get nobody at all. I still play the blame game with the man in the mirror. Don't you leave me on my own now. Don't let me down. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Don't let me drown. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Don't let me down. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Don't let me
you out, you keep on falling. No one can hear you calling, so you end up self-destructing. On the corner with the toolie on the waistline. Just got about the Bing doing state time. Teeth marks on my back from the K9. Dark memories of when there was no sunshine. Cause they said that I wouldn't make it. I remember like yesterday, holding on to what God gave me. Cause that's the life when you're living in the tomorrow. So live your life as if every day's gonna be your last. Once you move forward, can't go back. Just pretend to remove your past. Cause you gotta be willing to pray. Yes, there gotta be a better way. Oh, yes, you gotta be willing to pray. Cause there gotta be a better day. Yeah, better day. Whoever said that the struggle would stop today, a lot of taken dead or locked away. Teenage women growing up with AIDS, 'cause that's the life when you're living in the ghetto. Oh, eating in the ghetto. Oh, sleeping in the ghetto. That's the life when you're living in the ghetto. Oh, eating in the ghetto. Oh, sleeping in the ghetto. Gunshots every night in a ghetto. Crooked cops on sight in a ghetto. Every day is a fight in a ghetto. Oh, 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 oh. Got kids to feed in a ghetto. Selling coke and weed in a ghetto. Every day somebody bleeding a ghetto. Oh, 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 oh. That's the life when you're living in the ghetto. Oh, living by the ghetto. Oh, eating in the ghetto. That's the life when you're living in the ghetto. Oh, sleeping in the ghetto. Living in the ghetto.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, African entrepreneurs, depending on where you're joining us from. This is the Entrepreneurs Assembly. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Of course, as you know, every Saturday, 6 p.m. GMT +1, we gather here for one purpose: to connect, to interact, to network, to grow ourselves as entrepreneurs. And of course, it's always such an amazing and exciting time every single time we gather here at the Entrepreneurs Assembly. Today is not going to be an exception. We have so much in store for you today. So I would just urge you to sit back, relax, and enjoy every single moment that you're going to spend here today. As you know, we're going to be hearing from an amazing speaker. But before we get to that, I would just love to encourage us to invite a few more people into the assembly. As you know, this is a new month, and of course, the first half of the year 2025 has already gone by. So this is a new opportunity for you to take a conscious or make a conscious effort and a conscious decision to ensure that your year 2025 goes absolutely well for you and you're able to conquer all your goals and all that you have set for yourself to accomplish. So yes, the Entrepreneurs Assembly is definitely where you can achieve that for yourself. So you shouldn't joke with this. You shouldn't take this for granted. Be here every Saturday, 6 p.m. GMT +1, and try to be as consistent as possible. Trust me, you'll be coming back with amazing testimonials at the end of the year. So once more, thank you so much. You're all welcome. Thank you for joining. I would just love for you to still keep bringing more people into the room, your friends, your family, your loved ones, whoever it is that you can reach out to. Ensure that you let them know that the Entrepreneurs Assembly has started and we're about to kick off with full force. Remember, I mentioned today is no ordinary assembly. Today is one of those assemblies that you definitely want that person that you care about to be a part of, because every single person here today is going to be leaving this assembly fully packed, fully loaded with all the wisdom, all the knowledge, and all the tools that they need to be able to conquer. And of course, the new drive that they need to be able to ensure that the second half of the year is amazing for them. So yes, you definitely want them to be in this room as we proceed. Right about now, we're going to be watching a video which is customary to us. It shows us or explains to us how to properly attend a Zoom meeting. Now, if you're just joining us for the first time, this is a video that I urge you to pay close attention as you watch. And of course, I will see you soon. Thank you. Okay, so I think we're having a bit of a technical glitch with playing the video, but as we wait for that meme to be ready with the video, I would just love to do some quick introductions. I mean, I can see a lot of people. Okay, the video is ready.
How to attend an online video meeting. Number 1, Always stay in the center of the screen. Your face should be in the middle of the screen, not at the top or at the bottom of the screen. Number 2, your camera should always be at face level, maintaining a distance of 30 centimeters or an arm length from the screen. Number 3, your lighting should always be in front of you, not behind you. Number 4, always use the landscape option when using the video call option on your phone. Number 5, your background should be simplistic with plain decor. This keeps the attention of the audience focused on you. Number 6, always make sure there are no moving objects or people behind you while you're in an active meeting. Number 7, always keep your camera on. It is considered unprofessional and in most gatherings unacceptable to leave your camera turned off. Number 8, remember to switch off your mic or mute it when not actively participating in a conversation or dialogue. Number 9, always check to make sure your name and company name appear on the window tab. Number 10, always try to be still. Avoid making too many movements or fidgeting during a meeting. Number 11, eating food or having a snack during a video session is considered rude and indecent. However, having a glass of water, tea, or coffee is acceptable. Number 12, when speaking, also try to maintain a normal tone or pitch. Never shout or speak erratically. Number 13, be on time and ready. Make sure you have everything set up 10 minutes ahead of the appointed time. Number 14, always look smart. Dress appropriately, you never know who's watching. Number 15, always let the team know when you're done speaking by indicating "I'm done" or "thank you." Number 16, do not exceed your time limit. Number 17, always have your pen and notepad ready so you can take down important points and highlights of the meeting. This is very important. Number 18, make sure all the necessary devices are functional and running, such as your mic, camera, speakers, and internet connection. Also check your device battery status to make sure they are fully charged. Number 19, always stay focused and attentive during the meeting. Avoid multitasking so you don't get yourself and others distracted. Number 20, most importantly, try to be yourself. Stay calm and smile. Thank you. This video was brought to you by Africa's Young Entrepreneurs, AYE, the largest entrepreneurship network in Africa.
Of course, always remember to stay calm and smile. Thank you so much, Africa's Entrepreneurs Organization, for that very, very explanatory and helpful video, which helps us like throughout the year. I mean, this is something that has been able to help us cultivate the habit of professionalism, and we're able to apply it in different aspects of our lives. Thank you once again for that video. And of course, everyone, you're welcome once again. Happy new month. Welcome to the month of July. As I mentioned, the first half is already gone, but I mean, we have the second half. And of course, as a community, we're going to be making conscious efforts and conscious decisions to ensure that the second half of the year is amazing and everyone is able to smash and conquer all their goals that they have set for themselves. Once again, you're all welcome. As you know, this is the Entrepreneurs Assembly, proudly brought to you by Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Organization, the foremost entrepreneurship organization in the whole of Africa. Once again, we're here today. We're gathered to learn, to network. A lot of amazing things are going to be happening here today. And of course, we're going to be hearing from our founder, no other than Dr. Sumi Smart Francis, as he takes us on another amazing topic, which of course you get to hear very, very shortly. But before we get to that, we have so much lined up, and I just love to dive right into what we have for you today. Of course, if you're joining us for the first time, if you're a first timer here, it is my humble pleasure to formally welcome you to the Entrepreneurs Assembly. This is a community where we're always there for one another. It's like a family. Most times we like to call it a family. Why? Because we're not just here as entrepreneurs from different parts of the world, but we're here as brothers and sisters to basically help ourselves, to basically put our hands together, to to ensure that we're conquering and we're excelling and we're scaling in everything that we're doing as individuals. So definitely, this is a community that you want to find yourself as a part of, because it's going to help you grow exponentially in different and various aspects of your life. So once again, you're welcome. Thank you for joining us here today. My name is Emanuela Daniel, and as you may already be able to tell from my big smile, it gives me great privilege and honor to serve as your moderator for today's assembly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'd now like to share a bit about this amazing organization before we move on to all that we have for today. So this, if you're just joining us before I get to speaking a bit about this organization, I can see a lot of people on my screen. I just wanted to use the opportunity to quickly say hi to some lovely and amazing faces that I can spot right now. And of course, the first person I was able to spot is Mr. Chris from Ghana. But I don't know why your name is Del today. I don't know if we'll be calling you Del today, but yes, Mr. Chris, thank you so much for joining us here today. Of course, Toyin Allen, you're looking beautiful as always. Thank you for joining with a lovely smile. I can see Emmanuel, I can see Charles. And of course, if you're yet to turn on your camera, this is the time to do so. If it's a convenient space for you, if you're in a convenient environment, kindly turn on your camera. I think the conversations and the assembly is going to be much more interactive and better if we're able to see your amazing face and of course your lovely smile. So if it's convenient for you, kindly turn on your camera, and also remember to rename yourself so it's easy to address you in case you need to speak or in case we need to speak to you. Okay, once again, thank you so much for joining. So this is Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Organization, or rather this was brought to you by Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Organization, AYE, and it is the foremost entrepreneurship organization in the whole of Africa. We have been in existence for about 14 years now, almost 14 years now, and throughout the course of our existence, our main focus as an organization has been to ensure that African entrepreneurs are thriving, basically identifying African entrepreneurs and ensuring that they're able to have access to the resources, the tools, the equipment that they need to scale and to grow themselves and their business. So it's an amazing organization that helps entrepreneurs all across the continent and beyond. The Entrepreneurs Assembly was also brought about to ensure that people are networking, people are not just running this race or doing this journey called entrepreneurship by themselves. Our organization, we believe strongly in the power of collaboration. We believe strongly in the power of partnerships, putting your hands together to achieve more. That's why our organization, the slogan goes, if you can achieve this much alone, then how much more can we achieve together? Yes, thank you, Edmine, for putting that up. So yes, that is our slogan. If you can achieve this much alone, how much more can we achieve together? That just goes to say that if you, Toyin, are able to achieve all you've been able to achieve as an entrepreneur just by yourself, then you can imagine how much more you will be able to achieve if you join your hands together with other entrepreneurs, not just entrepreneurs, but like-minded entrepreneurs, entrepreneurs that share the same vision, the same goals, and the same objectives as yourself. So yes, this is what this community is strategically pushing, and we're ensuring that every single time we gather here, we give space and room for these collaborations to be formed. Once again, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. All right, so we're moving on right away to take our birthday celebrations. So I know that we usually celebrate birthdays on the first Saturday of each month. And of course, this is July. This is the first Saturday of July. And today is no exception. We're going to be celebrating all those born in the month of July. So if you know that you were born in the month of July, do not be shy. I don't want to see any shy person today. I want to see everybody dancing. I mean, God has kept you this far. It is definitely worth celebrating. So yes, we know that you're born in the month of July. Kindly use the reaction button underneath your screen. Click on it, click on the hand raise option, and we will call you so that we can dance and we can unwind or we can celebrate with you because it's the occasion of your birthday, and that is what we do as a family. So I would hand over to our virtual DJ Keith, for the best birthday song that we have so that we can celebrate with all those born in the month of July. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to use the reaction button underneath your screen and raise your hand.
Tout le monde est là pour toi, joyeux anniversaire. On est tous venus ce jour pour ton anniversaire. On vient tous de loin pour que ton anniversaire Sois une réussite en ce jour, donc happy birthday. Faut te lever pour danser. Happy birthday. Personne n'est fatigué. Avec toi, on va s'enjailler. Bouge ma
c'est maintenant ça commence, hein.
Aujourd'hui, c'est ton jour. Ça vous gagne des Reggae sans s'arrêter. Parce que c'est ton anniversaire.
Il n'y aura pas de poisson si on a checké, hein. J'espère que tu as envoyé le cadeau, hein.
Tes amis sont là, ta famille est là, les tontons sont là, les tontines aussi sont là, tous les parrains sont là, les marraines aussi sont là. En tout cas, faut pas t'inquiéter, nous on a su la soirée pour toi. Chantez. Personne n'est fatigué. Avec toi on va s'enjailler. Bouge ma dembe. Aujourd'hui c'est ton jour. Et ça vous gagne des sans s'arrêter. Parce que c'est ton anniversaire.
Le gars est joli, la femme est jolie. Les invités sont jolis, mais on ne va pas que parler et danser, hein. On mangera aussi.
Y'a manger à coco, la boisson pour la flot. Si tu veux faut viser, sinon fais emporter. C'est tout ça là qui fait que anniversaire. En tout cas faut pas t'inquiéter, nous on a su la soirée pour toi. Chantez.
Thank you so much, African entrepreneurs, for celebrating with Elom and Felix. Happy birthday, Elom, and happy birthday, Felix. We wish you God's grace, God's blessings, every good thing that the year has to offer. We wish it upon you. Thank you so much for celebrating with them. And of course, it would have been absolutely lovely to see your face, Felix and Elom, but it's still fine. Wish you a happy birthday. All right, so I'm reading a few testimonials that we have here. This is the time for our business testimonials. So if you know that anything good has happened to you in your business, in your life, in the course of the week, in the course of the month, and you know that you want to share it with us so that we can also celebrate and congratulate you, this is the time to do so. So if you know that you have any business testimonials, kindly use the reaction button underneath your screen. Raise up your hand so that we can call you and you can share your testimonial with us. I mean, just being alive is a testimonial, but of course, I'm sure something good has happened to you in your business and in your life. So definitely, this is the time to come and share with your African brothers and sisters so that we can celebrate with you. As we wait for those who have testimonials to share, a couple of testimonials were also sent via our email address. And of course, I'd like to just read the testimonials so that we can share in the joy of these people who are sharing their testimonials. So the first one that I have here is, I read, I was stuck, my business had tattooed, and I couldn't figure out how to scale. After one particular fireside chat months ago, something clicked. I went back, restructured my offer, applied the principle taught, and within 6 weeks, my revenue doubled. I purposely tracked the change to be sure it was as a result of what I had applied, and it truly was. I am so grateful, AYE. This is from Alex Ochen, the CEO of Greener Path Law from Uganda. Please, I think that's definitely deserves an applause. Let's celebrate sharing that. Yes, I can see a hand up, and I'd like to kindly give the mic to Mr. Diligent to share his testimonial with us before I read the second testimonial that I have here with me. Diligent, the mic is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Emanuela. Thank you very much, everybody. My testimony goes this way, though I know my inner family, Africans Young Entrepreneurs, know about this already, but I need to share this with everybody. During the that's around last week, I got an appointment from the federal government under the National Information Technology Development Agency under the Federal Ministry of Communication, Innovation and Digital Economy to coordinate Ekiti State's Digital Learning Center. And that's the first of its kind. And this is coming as a testimony because number one is the first of its kind. I'm the first consultant to that Digital Learning Center for federal government, and which means that both the local and the state government, they are still under that center. And I want to appreciate Mr. President. Everybody, please, I just want you to help me appreciate him because it got to a stage that some questions arose. I needed to run back to my mentor. I could not sleep. I could not sleep. President called me back himself to give me solution, just an answer. I want to appreciate you, sir. And the next thing I saw was an appointment letter the next day. Sir, thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. This is the role of having mentor in your life. It was just a question I could not really give answer to, but my mentor called me and gave me an answer. Thank you very much. And the prophecy is working, like I do call you, and everybody's calling you today. The prophet of entrepreneurship. You're a prophet, sir. You told us, you prayed prophetically to us that it's our year of leadership, and this is just the beginning in our life. Thank you very much, sir. I do really appreciate this. Here is my testimony. I remain my humble self, Mr. Diligent, and my ministry is entrepreneurship. I'm done speaking for now. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Mr. Diligent, for sharing with us. And of course, a huge congratulations to you on that very, very big win. I'm super happy and excited to see how much impact this assembly, if you know Diligent, then you know that his consistency in attending the assembly is totally unmatched. So I'm super happy to see all the impact that this assembly is making in his life. And of course, the impact that Mr. President is also making as his mentor. And that, of course, is an advantage that we all have as attendees or as part of this assembly, attending the assembly every single Saturday. We have the opportunity to have real-time access to Mr. President, and of course, he's able to lead us and of course, achieve great results as Diligent has just done as well. Thank you once more for that amazing testimonial. And of course, I'd like to read one more before we dive right into the business of the day. Okay, so this reads, this assembly is a reason I'm not giving up because every time I feel exhausted, I come here to learn and I feel refueled. God bless the organization for making this entrepreneur never give up. This is from Kamba from Kenya. Please let us celebrate Kamba from Kenya for sharing that amazing testimony. Okay, so I could see one more hand up whilst Mr. Diligent was speaking, and I would just love to give him the mic and the opportunity to share his testimonial before we leave this particular segment or this session. Okay, so Mr. Christopher, I could see your hand raised up earlier. Would you like to go ahead? Please, admin, kindly spotlight him so that he can speak. Okay. I think this is the wrong Mr. Christopher. There's another Mr. Christopher. Okay. I don't think that they're able to find him anymore in the room, but that's fine. I'm sure he'll have another opportunity to share whatever he wanted to share. Thank you so much, everyone who has shared their testimonial. And of course, what can I say? I feel like today's assembly is not one of those assemblies that you listen with only your ears. Today's assembly, I don't want you to listen with just your ears. I want you to listen with your heart, with your mind, with your soul, with everything that you have. Why? Because today's assembly is going to touch something within you, which is not just your ears. It's not just going to be your ears taking the information in. It's going to come into you from every corner, every aspect. So if you're not with your writing materials, I want you to rush now and get your writing materials. You can see mine, my book, my pen, everything is to match right today. It's red, red, red. So yes, today is about to be a powerful one. And of course, I do not want any single person here. If you're here and you miss out on the information that is going to be shared today, I mean, I think we'll have to pray for you at that point. So yes, I want you to be here, not just physically, but here with your mind, with your soul, with your spirit, with everything that you have, so that you can learn and you can digest every information and every knowledge that is about to be shared. Ladies and gentlemen, if I have your attention, I would like for you to join me with a resounding AY clap just like this as we welcome the president of this amazing organization. He is no other than Dr. Sumi Smart Francis to take us on the amazing, amazing topic, a leader's load. Please let us celebrate him as he comes up.
Thank you very much, our amazing moderator, our life starter. What do I put it now? She just pumped in some beautiful energy into the room, and it just made everything so beautiful to see and to watch. Thank you, Emanuela. You're doing an amazing job. And to everyone here today, you're welcome. You are welcome. If you're joining us for the first time, you are welcome. Just give a shout out to the person that invited you. Say a big thank you to them. Maybe not now, but maybe when we are done, you will understand why you need to appreciate them. If there are other team members, other entrepreneurs that you're waiting for, tell them to join in, settle in. For those of you with your cameras on, you're smart, you're intelligent, you're wise. For those of you with your cameras off, I reserve my comment. And if you're on the team, I do another for you twice. I reserve my comment. Because it's one of the load of leadership. You want to be a leader, you present yourself as one. It's 1 hour of your life. Highest on the first Saturday, we will do 90 minutes of your life to settle down, sit down, project your camera, have your pen, have your paper. I don't preach what I don't do. And if you envy people like us, then are you doing things that we are doing? That's the first question you must ask your life. You're not able to show up even virtually. You're not able to settle down, prepare yourself formally. You call yourself a leader. In our year of leading in the organization, that's our watchword for this year. Geraldine, put your camera properly. I want to see your face. I'm seeing your nose. That's a beautiful face. Never hide it anymore. And the funniest thing about seeing people virtually and presenting yourself virtually is that you have introduced yourself without knowing. If I see you outside, I recognize you, I relate to you. I remember I was speaking, I don't know, was it like last month or 2 months ago somewhere? But yeah, I used to join the assembly, what? I'm like, oh, before I even knew, I've even walked past. I don't see you at the assembly. If you always join with your cameras off, how will I recognize you? Oh, faces that I see, I already know, yeah, you're welcome. Remove every distraction next to you because we're about to go deep. Like I said, everyone who is just coming in for the first time, you're welcome. Stay in line. We always devote 60 minutes, 1 hour every week. And on the first week of the month, we devote 90 minutes of our time to our personal development. We could be anywhere in the world, but we always devote this particular hour right here. We avoid distraction just because we are focused, want to grow. And I always say that if you want to grow in life, follow people that are growing. If you want to succeed in life, follow people that are on the direction of success. That's one of your fastest way to success. Just follow them. And that's what you have done right now. Makafu, I see you, you're welcome. And I see you're opening your pages and getting ready. Oppo, whatever, I don't know if that's your phone, I see you, you're welcome. I say you're settling down your pages. Let me even scroll down. Well, as I speak, I will continue to scroll down. I wonder why some people chat me when I'm in the assembly. Is it like they don't know who I am? Or they don't know that I've dedicated this time of my life to entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs? I rebuke every messages and phone call that is coming to me right now. Anyway, this time is for us, and we're going to spend it wisely. Amazing testimonials that came in, beautiful testimonials. Just want to say More is going to keep coming. At the beginning of this year, when we declared our year of leading, I said it clearly that there's going to be a lot of leadership positions that will open. And we just have here already. Many more is going to come. And that's why we are preparing ourselves for leadership in our family, in our workplace, in our businesses, among our peers. You're going to lead. And I mean it. You will lead. Because that virtue to lead is coming upon you. That's why you're equipping yourself with everything to lead. So congratulations to everyone that shared testimonials. We've got a lot of people who have led different things this year. Even we have team members who led companies, people are, many leadership things have happened. Mr. Diligent, there are some things that your mentee will request. My mentees all know that don't call me. You don't call me, it's chats. And I will get there shortly. You understand why now. But there are some things as a mentor, when you see, you make that call immediately. Because you know that at that junction, that person needs not just your advice, but your voice. Advice will empower them. Your voice will motivate them. So even if it was late hours of the night where he never expected that I will pick up a call and dial his number, I knew that was what he needed at that time. And I am glad that he's officially appointed. That's a big appointment by the federal government of Nigeria. We celebrate you. We really, really celebrate. Go and make us proud. And you've already been equipped already. And now that you are having that appointment, this topic is for you. This topic is for you. Before I dive into the topic, let me just also say that if you are you don't have your GEF ticket. Did you hear the gist of what happened last year? How the ticket got sold out, I think 2 months to the event. Leadership, our year of leading, you are supposed to lead in everything you do. Lead by example, lead by securing your ticket, lead by being present, lead by being punctual, lead in everything you do. It will look like a movie in your eye and the door is shut on your face. Be smart. After this session, go and sacrifice that time and that investment for your life and get yourself into the rooms where most of your peers will not be in. And that is what gives you an advantage in life. Well, that's not the topic. I've already spoken about access. Go and find the tape and listen to it. Today's topic is titled The Load of a Leader. And I always say that people who are quite young, are just starting a business or still in school, who join the assembly, they are blessed. That's why my son doesn't miss the assembly. And I'll tell you why they are blessed, because this topic is for leaders, but it's actually a blessing for those who are going to lead, who are still coming up, upcoming leaders. Because you have already now understand the load of leadership, you understand it now, and you also learn how to carry that load and why you must carry that load. So it's like one of the biggest preparation. Should I shock you? They will never teach my son in school this thing. They will never teach some of you in university and campus. They will never teach you this. So if you have a child, I've not started yet. My son is have you seen him? He's very small and he's here. If you have a child, no matter the age, let them join. This is not an adult-only thing. Of course, it's business, but the earlier you groom them and they understand these things, you don't even understand what you are creating. Grooming my son for leadership. And today is going to hear out of a leader. Going to surprise 20 years from now what this boy is going to do. No, man. These things are not trained smart. I spoke about it last year as well. That there's nothing like talent or all those things. Talent are created. You can create a talent. You can create the world-best footballer as your child. Just take them to training. The same way Venus Williams' father did with lawn tennis and so on. So why am I saying this? You got family members, cousins, kids, friends, younger ones, aspiring leaders, students. Make sure they join this room. And if you're here sitting down selfishly, without even thinking that, oh, my cousin could be here. Oh, let me just drop this thing in my family group. At least I acted as a leader. Then shame on you. Yeah, because that's not what leadership is. One of the first signs of leadership is carrying this thing, putting it on your status, or putting it on your family group and say, guys, I encourage you, join this. I'm here right now. Thank you, admin. They've dropped the link on the channel. Pick it up and drop it. Let us get into it. I am as eager as you are. The topic itself is clear to everyone. It's not one of those my topics that some of you will try and figure out. My team will say, every time I give a topic, they try and figure out where am I going to come out from. But this one, I think somehow you guys have figured it out because it's a very simplified topic. But the dimension of the conversation is what I know is making you anxious. And yeah, it's what to be anxious. A leader's load. The load of a leader. Let me check more faces here. The load of a leader. The pain behind greatness. You have to learn it. You should know it if truly you want to be great in life. The reason why some people don't prepare themselves for things like this or come to assemblies or don't get ready for things like this or maybe I should even twist it. The reason why you find some people dedicated, sitting down as if they're in a classroom, having pen, is because they know they will be great. So they are preparing themselves for greatness. The pain behind the greatness. That's what we'll talk about today. And I think I'm going to begin with someone you know very well. You know him very well. But do you truly know him? Do you truly know some things about him? Or you only know the things they told you about him? And that's why perhaps, like many of us, you also celebrate him. I see some people joining from their bed and lying down. Please, admit, switch off their camera. Don't want distractions here. I'm not your movie producer. Switch off cameras that are not presentable. Let nobody distract me here. If you want to switch on your camera, make sure that you are properly seated and you are in an organized space. Admin, are you with me? Aji, Biwe, Ayodeji, are you sitting or are you lying down? Whatever you are doing is distracting me before they remove you out of the room. I'm talking to leaders here. If you're a leader, you present yourself as one, not to disgrace yourself as one. No. Find a comfortable space. Settle down. If you're not in a comfortable space, we'll understand, then you can switch off your camera. Let me scroll down. So I'll be scrolling and checking faces as I engage rather. Somebody you know very well, but I don't know if you know some of this part. Was in prison. You heard about that part. You heard about the number of years in prison, but did they tell you that his mother died while he was in prison? Did they tell you that he was denied access to attend a burial while he was in prison? Did they tell you that his firstborn died in a car crash while he was in prison? And he was not even allowed to mourn properly? Did they tell you that his wife was beaten and arrested and humiliated while he was in prison? Did you even know that his marriage was affected because he was in prison? Guys, it's the same person you know. Nelson Mandela. So you heard that he's in prison, but he came out from prison and 27 years in prison. But the load he carried, losing his family, losing his marriage, losing the moments to even grieve, because he carried the pain of a country and he was quietly bleeding from his own personal loss. That's the load of a leader. He stepped out of prison. He didn't become bitter. He became better. That's simple behavior as well. That's the load of a leader. So some of you that are going into leadership in life, before you carry people, you must carry pain. So be attentive, because this is going to go very, very deep. And you must know that the heavier your vision, the heavier the burden you will carry. So do not be weary and be wondering, why am I carrying on this issue? Why am I going through? No. There are many loads, early loads of leadership. And I will share some with you, at least the ones I'm aware of. I think there are about 10 or 11 that I'm aware of. And I was just thinking about these loads, looking at my personal life and leaders that I've followed. It's about 10 to 11 that I personally have encountered. So it's easy for me to relate to you. One of the most common loads as a leader is the load from the team. As a leader, your team expects the vision. They expect clarity. They expect you to always have the solution, even when you are barely surviving. They expect you to know the right answer, even when you are confused. That is one of the first things from you as a leader. You become the provider of motivation, the builder of the culture, and you are the carrier of the responsibility in the team. So some of you are team leaders, you are managers, you are directors, you are CEOs, you are founders. You must understand that you don't get the luxury to break down at all, because there's a load from the team that is waiting upon you. So when you break down, you cause a breakdown on the system. That alone is a load, a big load. Guys, my WhatsApp number is a bloodline, not a telephone line. I check my WhatsApp every 5 minutes, except I'm in a meeting. Even when I woke up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, the first thing I check is my phone. Now, I'm not checking it for TikTok or Instagram. I am not checking it for a message to my friend or not. I am checking for, are there any emergencies? If only you understand what leaders do. I am checking, I hope nobody's in trouble. I am checking, I hope nobody needs an authorization or an approval. There are many things that I check. So if you go and break down, or I just switch off my phone for a day, I have shut down the operations of many. So I see some of you that will just say, I left my phone now, I don't want to talk to anybody. Sometimes I switch off my phone, you're not the leader. Or you're leading nobody. Or you're a careless leader. Of course, there are times when you go on retreats, my team knows I'm not available, I'm on holiday. Yes, that's allowed. But in the line of duty, as a leader, you carry the load of your team. And they expect direction, motivation, provision, and vision from you. They will ask you, what's the next step? Even when you don't have one. They will ask you, are we safe? Even when you're afraid. They would come to you for many things. And you can't afford to be silent, because your silence will make them anxious. And your smile will reassure them. And you must keep smiling even when your own world is falling apart. It's a big load, guys. If you have not started carrying it, wait for it, it will come. The only beauty about yours, and that's why I said you are blessed, is that somebody prepared you for this. Some of us, nobody prepared us. We're just like, how come? How is it that I'm just, do all these things, go through all these things and still be forming like I'm strong even when I'm weak? I think it was Simon Sinek who said that leadership is not about being in charge. He said it's about taking care of those you are in charge of. That's what it's about. About holding things together, even when you can see that you are not strong, both emotionally, financially, and physically. After the Global Entrepreneurship Festival last year, celebration everywhere, success stories, testimonials, oh, amazing, people sending messages, calls, everything. But right in that December, my entire world was falling apart. Who exactly was falling apart? Not my family, not me, but my team. I had to be strong for the team. I had to make sure that I don't even know how to put this. A call just distracted me now anyway, but I dropped the call. I had to make sure that I am not feeding my team fear, even when I did not understand. In my security team alone, Some of you know this story. One of them died from a car accident. Another one had a car accident. Another one had a stroke. My personal chef was extremely sick. These were people close to me, my security aides. And everything happened in the span of like 3-4 days. But in the midst of it all, only me and my team will hear this for the first time right here. While I couldn't understand it, I was holding the team together. While providing motivation, financial support, moral support, calling their families, doing things. As I'm speaking about it, I'm even getting emotional right now because I didn't even have the time to even mourn myself, the team member I lost. I didn't even have the time to, because even instead of me to mourn, I found myself motivated. Oh, a leader's load is heavy, guys. It sounds like a storyline right now, but when you feel it, it feels like your entire world is falling apart. Just this December. And my ability to hold the team together was what made the team, us, continue our vision in January. What happened that December could have shut down any company. If you were weak emotionally, everybody is just going to flow down to your entire team. And everybody's just going to be as miserable as you, and everything is just going to go. But I had to carry their pain, and I had to be strong for the team. That's the load of a leader. Guys, when you leave the team, another load that you will carry is the load from the family. Yeah. Oh. You know, the family's load even gets heavier because the family then expects the same version of you that the world sees. You are the upright leader. You speak with so much flair and passion. You care, you comfort, you console. And then you come to the family. They expect that they get that same kind of service. And meanwhile, as family, you want to come and hide your head and say, hey, I'm tired now, I'm exhausted, you know. But at home, you are still a leader. Because your kids do not see the boardroom wins. They see the fact that you missed their birthdays. That's another query. How do you start? Your spouse will not see the awards and the recognition. They will tell you about your absence on the special days. And that's the hardest part. Because the hardest part is you can't explain the cost of greatness to who wants your presence. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. Somebody needs your presence. You're now telling them again that I was absent because that's what's costing me my greatness. Are you okay? So you are becoming great, and then you're becoming absent in the family meetings. You are not there for your uncles. You're not there for your aunties. You're not there for, and they don't know. Especially if you now have a family that don't understand, you're in trouble. And that's where I thank God for my family. I think they knew this from a very young age of mine. They understood my calling. And that's why sometimes some of you have to make your calling clear to your family. Because by the time you get there, it's not now. Not now. By the time you get there, hey, you will know that there is a load and there's some stress from family. The stress is even more than the one outside because they also have their expectations and their demand. Maybe I'll use Diligent now as my case study. Diligent, the moment you posted that your appointment letter, there is demand. So wait for it. Family will begin to come. They will just be creeping in small. And you know what happens? The moment you're not fulfilling that demand, imagine when that family now brings pressure and they see you like an outcast. They begin to, have a beef against you. If your family now is against you, tell me how heavy this load is. If you leave family, there's the load from friends, guys. The load from friends. You will lose some friends, not because they are evil or envious, but because leadership will isolate you from familiarity. People will begin to relate with your position than your person. Honestly, And I need to tell you this, see, leadership is lonely. I'm sure we all know that. And it's not because nobody loves you, but because very few people can carry what you carry. So that's why it's lonely. It's not that they hate you. That's why some of your friends will fade away. Some of your networks, your old networks will fade away because elevation can sometimes feel like a threat. So they begin to just step back up and they begin to miss the old version of you. Honestly. They want the you before the responsibility that rewired your priorities. That is the version that they want. So even when you now have conversations with them, it no longer click because you're no longer in the same frequency. And that's why there's this famous quote that says growth is the silent killer of shallow friendships. Growth. So some of you that are losing those friendships now, don't you worry. I beg you. You are leading. This is the load of a leader. Nothing is wrong. Don't make them feel you and say, oh, Loretta, you are too pompous. Is it because you're working on this project? This one, you are too this, great Geraldine. You're not pompous. You're not. Me and you know it's the same you now. You didn't change. You just said on Saturday, I have to be at the Entrepreneurs Assembly. And then your family or your friends says, oh, you don't have time for us. We know what you are doing. You are not. They cannot, they cannot comprehend that growth anymore. So, friends comes with their load. Another familiar load is the load from haters. Those ones. Here comes the distractions. Haters. While you are busy planning your life, Faliat, you are writing your notepad, studying, Emily is settled, arranging a plan. There comes the haters. I don't know where they manufacture themselves from. People who have never done anything in their life or can never attempt what you are doing, they will begin to tell you how they can do better than you. They begin to question your efforts. They begin to put load, unnecessary pressure. Where you're supposed to be concentrating on what you are building. Somebody will say something on you on social media. You have to go back there and be replying. You have to go back there and be communicating. You have to go back there. While you are focused, you're supposed to be spending that time on the load you're already carrying from family, from friends, from team member. Haters will carry their own load again and come. And those haters' load is seasonal. They will leave you again. They will leading. They will come again. It will come. If they've not started eating you, you have not started growing. It will come. You smile in public, but sometimes you frown in private because of some of the disgusting things you find and say, is this not the same people I'm trying to make the world a better place for? Guys, if criticism could kill, many leaders will be buried under the weight of opinions. Long buried. Opinions will have killed many people if truly criticisms could kill. So ignore them, but carry that load as well. Well, the haters are there, but guess what? There's also load from the lovers. The load of a leader. It's something else. Why you are worrying again that there's haters and everything, even those that love you. Because love becomes complicated for a leader, honestly. How do you love from a distance? How do you love from so much work, duty, and distraction? How do you love? How are you expected to nurture a heart while you are managing a nation? How? How are you supposed to pamper a soul when you are preparing the foundation of an entire continent? Do you know how hard it is? So it's not like the romance will go away, but you know how you fight and manage and try to make sure that you are still romantic and still being honest? Because love becomes a battlefield for leaders. You have to fight it. You want to be present, but your mind is working 24/7. You don't want to miss the special days. You want intimacy, but your energy is depleted. How do you do it? How? So it now feels like you're fighting between attention and your calling. The load of a leader. Another interesting load that I found is the load from your own values. your own values. Because as a leader, you have become a man of principles, and those principles have become your prison. You are now inside it. As a leader, you cannot do this anymore. You can't do that anymore. And then they bring those things to you, and you must make that decision. Problem. You have to sacrifice between your convenience and your conviction. How will you do it? These are my priorities. This is my value. As a leader, they've put you in that position, in that ministry, in that agency. These are your values. You can't shift. You want to impact life. And there's some people come with their nonsense and say, hey, this is how we do it in Africa. You must sign this corruption bill. But you have your values. Those ones come with their load, heavy load. And guess what? You don't do or compromise your value. They come and form something against you and paint you black. And the whole world see you as black. And can you imagine the pain? Well, like I was only trying to be an upright person. And then these people painted me like a bad, evil person. You are being upright as an employer. And then an employee that was fired just because he or she could not perform, we go out there and be saying negative things about you, but we never talk about the fact that he or she never performed. People then begin to paint you in some very, very funny ways. And then you must go through all those pains and still remain. Some people will just leave their values. That's why some people get into government or high position, then they have no values anymore because they could not fight it anymore. But some people will still add onto it. And I think it was Abraham Lincoln who said, discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want the most. So you now fight it and still remain core to that particular value. Honestly, leadership doesn't just test your strength, it tests your soul. You could cut corners, but you don't. You could manipulate, but you don't. Because leadership makes you live by principle, even when it costs you everything. You see some leaders and say, no, I cannot give this contract to my family member. You are the governor, the mayor, the regional minister. I'm your brother. You say you're not going to give me that contract to fix the road? Am I making sense, somebody? When those loads come upon you, you will remember me today. And then they go to your family members, go to your uncles. Can you believe Emanuela is a minister? I went to her, I'm a blood sister. I wanted that contract. She said, principle that by merit, I don't deserve it. And you know that the higher your values, the higher the load. Or the heavier the load, rather. Let me put it that way. So these things that looks like parables and proverbs, that sounds like poetic speeches. Listen deeply, because when the reality of life sets in, you will remember these things. And your ability to listen and learn will help you learn how to carry this load. Now, there's a load again that is from your personal growth. Interesting, right? Yeah. Oh my God, that load disturbs me even. That load. When you're managing the team, managing the family, managing the friends, managing, then you have to manage yourself to grow. Because getting older is automatic. Getting better isn't. So you can be growing older in life and becoming more foolish, and more stupid, and more outdated. So you become that kind of leader that you are outdated. My team members, they know me now. They know me. They know me. You are doing something that I cannot do. Maybe I just left you. Or maybe I don't want to do it. As they are growing, I'm growing. And my team, have you met some of them? They are so smart. As they are growing, I'm growing. They are growing, I'm growing. You want to grow more than me. And then I'd relegate me to the side as one useless president. So, because I'm growing so fast too, they have no choice to grow as fast as they can. You got to grow. Because the moment you stop evolving is the moment you stop expanding. You can't stop growing. While others are sleeping, you are studying. While others are planning, you are partying. While others are partying, you are planning. While others are resting, you are restructuring. It's an heavy load. You also carry the weight of what you must become in order to carry the weight of those you are to lead. Oh my God, did you hear what I just said? True leaders in this room, you are blessed. And aspiring leaders, you are so blessed. A leader is a reader, a learner, a grower. Honestly, because stagnation is absolute betrayal for you. You're done. How do you then find time in growing in all these things? Because you must be a consistent student every time in learning. Within all this load you're carrying, how do you not get that? That's why that is a load on itself. Guess what? Why you are now carrying that load of education, learning, family, friends, managing haters, all those ones said, right? Then there comes the load of public expectations. Oh my God. Those ones are not haters, they're not haters. They are the public and they have expectations. Mr. Diligent, I see you had to touch your head and say, ha. Honestly, so I understand when you shake your head. Because as they gave you that appointment, there's expectations from the king, from the state governor, from the nation, from the indigenes of that community already. The public will not ask you if you're okay. They will only ask you how far. You've been there for 6 months. You've been doing this for 10 years. How far? They don't understand your procedure, your principle, your platform, your roadmap. Even when they applaud you, be careful. It can be deceiving. Don't forget. So be very, very careful. They will cheer you when you're rising, but when you fall, you get in that position, there's expectation so strong, even when they do not know the resources available for you for execution. The moment they say, this is the pastor now, or this is the imam, or this is, hey, he must not sin again. They're watching this pastor. The moment that pastor go and make one mistake, like one pastor did recently in his car, one small mistake, like it's as if he's no longer human. Everybody posted it. Oh, was he carrying a gun? Is it a gun? You want to kill somebody? A pastor with a gun? Oh, pastor. Because they cannot be who you are, they are looking for fault of what you have become. So be careful. Public expectation. This Dr. Smith's advice is, why is he walking like that? Why is he talking like that? That load is heavy. Because somebody will do something so much. The best thing to do, honestly, even me as a leader, let me tell you now, is to slap that person. No, I got to tell you the truth. Like somebody has just, you can see that this person is so stupid. But as a leader, you just, Lord, that load. Just remember that load of public expectation. A video lately about an MEP in South Africa. He was holding one foreign reporter, one white reporter on the shirt. Like, are you crazy? They pushed that guy to the wall. He's so angry. The moment they came up with a phone like this, if you see the way the man ran, the MP, because he knows that the moment they post that thing, it's finished. You are no longer human. You are a perfected robot when you become a leader. That is the expectation of people. And that's why Winston Churchill said that the price of greatness is responsibility. That responsibility of you must just be, you must. You manage that one, right? You carry that load. See how many loads you've already carried. I'm sure your back is paining you already, right? There's still more loads. If you are rushing, you don't have time, you can leave. These kind of sessions are not for men. No, they're for leaders, born leaders, divine leaders, people who are going to lead this continent, who are going to lead this world. Those are the people I'm speaking to today. So if you're not among them, you will disconnect, your data will finish, you will go. The load of consistency is there. Have you forgotten? That load is there. You will carry the weight of, hey, this one is so hard. You have to keep showing up. Show up even when you are tired. Show up even when you are sick. Show up even when you are miserable. Show up even when you are stressed. Show up even when you are mourning. I remember many pastors that I even know. Think about 4 or 5 now. The wife died. There was even when the wife died on the same day. He still had to climb the pulpit to preach. There was one that he lost his child a day before. He still had to climb the pulpit to preach. There was an inventor that lost his wife. He still had to show up in. He has to sign that approval. He knows if he doesn't do it, it can affect the entire company worldwide. Leadership is not base, guys. You got to keep showing up. That load itself is something, because leaders are not remembered for their feelings. You must always remember that, oh, I have some people that say I'm feeling for my follow-up. No, they are remembered for their faithfulness. That is your strength. If you want your team to respect you, in the midst of it all, there was traffic. There was no, you still showed up. Your camera on, everything was on point. This is a load of leadership. But somebody will come, I couldn't make the meeting because there was traffic, and I couldn't make the meeting because there was no power. I couldn't make it because I couldn't get my flight. All those whining are for followers. That is the moment you will rip yourself off of the leadership mantle, and then you become a follower. Be careful. There's the load of time. Emanuela also smiled. It's true, my dear. How do you manage all these things and then manage time? Family wants your time, friends want your time, vision wants your time, corporation wants your time, because you are leading. Hey. You wake up to phone calls, you sleep with phone calls. You go to bed every day with unfinished plans. You are somewhere between meetings and purpose and, I don't know, people management. Leadership will steal away your time to rest, your time from your loved one, your time from even your health, even from your own personal dreams, your hobbies. Some of you that you still have time to play soccer and play table tennis and play PlayStation. I love PlayStation too. I cannot remember. I have a PS here in my house. I'm looking at it. My boy too is looking at it. I don't know what's wrong with my boy, why he's not playing the PlayStation. He's still, let me even tell him now, better be playing the PlayStation. This is your time to play PlayStation, my boy. Because whereas you get to the time of leading, no more PlayStation again. As you are playing the PlayStation, you are seeing your, instead of you to be seeing your team of the game, you see your main team on that game. You will drop the pad and rush to your finished projects. Honestly, you have to start rescheduling your life to fit everyone else. Is that not a load? You are forced to prioritize impact over your peace of mind. Is that not a load? Purpose over your privacy. Is that not a load? It's heavy. And that guilt of being available to everyone, that guilt alone, it becomes a private grief for you. Time becomes a load. Can you believe it? Time that some of you have now, it will still become a load on your head. How will you respond to call? If I check my phone now, if you know how many messages I've not read, and that's why some people will complain that I didn't call. Family will come. I can't manage everything. You will just be trying, and that place again, you'll be losing people, losing friends, losing loved ones. And the last one, the last load I will tell you right now, and I think I still have some more time, so I'll give you additional tips of why you must carry that load and how, because it won't be good if I just give you the load, because some of you now, you're even scared of leading. You want to leave this leadership thing. So I have to train you on what to do. So I'll give you some tips. But the last load, when I look up, I just try to remember things. Is the load of uncertainty. Do you know how many times we made decisions without being sure? And we pretend to you like we are sure. Leadership. You won't kill us. You will carry it with a leadership charisma. This is one part that nobody wants to tell you about, but I will tell you. You don't even know if it will work out, if you don't know if it will fail. Something that can affect everyone. So my presidents that are making this load of uncertainty, decisions that can wipe out everyone. Do you think sending that jet to Iran, because that jet is still very new, we don't even know the capacity of what is going to bomb, that President Trump has authorized? Do you think he slept well that night? Jesus Christ. The kind of bomb that might end up destroying the entire Iran, what will happen? What would the world say? Do you think that Obama slept well the day he sent the SEAL to go into Pakistan and bring Bin Laden's body inside Pakistan? Do you think he slept? Even when you are making those decisions and signing those approvals, the uncertainty of, hey, will this thing work, Lord? Hope I've not wiped out the entire nation. This policy I'm about to sign. And then guess what? Let me show you something about leadership. You will now sign that policy with uncertainty. You know how Trump used to do it. You now come here and say, ladies and gentlemen, we have just signed the policy as a leader that from now on in our nation, we will make sure that this, you drop it, nice speech, and then you go, you close the door, you're like, yeah, Lord, I beg you, please let this work. Oh my God, I hope you are following me. The load of leadership. You are taking steps into the unknown, hoping that your faith will be stronger than your fear. Do you know the meaning of that? Is it because you have not done it before? I've done these things many times. God is the most scariest thing. You lead in the dark, you act on faith. You pretend as if you are sure, but you are praying that your guesses will not affect the life of human beings. Guesses. And you must make those steps. You must. You must, because there is a point in life where everybody does not know what to do. Then it comes to the leader. Are you not also human? then you'll be like, let's take the shot. It was a guesswork. Then when you win, they will check, Mr. President, yeah, amazing. You will now go inside your room again and close down and go on your knees and say, hey, God, I thank you. If you know what President Trump is doing in his closet, you will be like, these people, they're also humans. Guys, these loads are heavy. They are heavy, and you must carry them. You must carry them because you are chosen. You must carry them because the future is tied to your obedience. Honestly, you must carry them because if you drop it, you have dropped the life of someone, people, or even a generation. Leadership is not about elevation, it's about responsibility. And God does not anoint the convenience, He anoints the commitment. So you have to be committed to it. Now, maybe I'll be extending our first Sunday or first Saturday assembly to 2 hours now, because I'm seeing that this teaching sometimes, to round it up in 40 minutes is so hard. How do I leave you now without telling you how to carry this load, without breaking? Or should I just leave you like that so I manage time? Or should I go ahead? Because Chris needs to know how to carry this load. Because if I leave you with all this, especially diligent, he will just go and resign that appointment. If I leave you with all this load without telling you how to carry it, let me rush through it. One of the ways you can carry this load, you have to prioritize your source. What exactly is your source? Who is your source? Because guys, you're not the source. For you to be a leader, you're not the source, you're a vessel. And that is why you always hear me say, I am Sumi Smart Francis, and I'm what? Completed. I am nothing without God. I always refer to my source. I connect it back to my source. Find your own line. If your source is your village king or your village priest or your own idol or whatever you are praying to, find your source and connect to your source and prioritize it. Because empty vessels leak. and full vessels will always overflow. If you feed yourself with the strength from the source, that's number one. I'll rush to it. Another thing that you can do is build a trust circle. In leadership, you must have a trust circle. Your trusted circle that come rain, come sunshine. For me, my team, my wife, these are my trusted circle.
Mr. President,
Trusted circles will come to you. Sorry, did you guys hear me? Did you lose me?
your audio was, we lost your audio for a second.
Oh, okay. What was the last thing you heard?
So your trusted circle, when you started talking about trusted circle, your wife, your team.
Oh, so yeah, thank you. So your trusted circles, even when you make those decisions that you're not certain about, you have to have that team that will come into your inner caucus, and together you hold hands and pray. Together they will motivate you. Very important. Even Moses at some point needed somebody to hold his hands up. So you need that strong circle that you trust you, because even the strongest lions, they still rest in packs. Very, very important. Now, quickly, embrace your vulnerability without losing authority. You can be vulnerable, you are human. You can't bottle everything, because yes, you will feel those pain, you will break down. You can't bottle those wounds until they become explosions, but you must share it with the right people. Be real, be wise, and like Diligence said, get the right mentors that you can share this thing in so that you can be healed. Embrace your vulnerability without losing authority. So don't go and cry in front of the person you are supposed to motivate. Some leaders, they go and whine and complain in front of their followers, so they scatter the whole structure. The person you can cry to should be either a fellow leader or your mentor. You cannot go down the ladder of leadership. You have to go up. Even when you report, mentor, if not mentor, God. Don't never come down. Else you lose your authority. Delegate so that you don't drown. Because as a visionary is different from running a company. You have to interpret the vision, narrate the vision, see if this is in line with vision. So it was very hard. But at some point, I knew that carrying the load does not mean carrying everything. So you have to empower others and trust them. And allow them, even when they make mistakes. And even when they are scared, just leave them in that fear. Because you are grooming them. Leave them in it. I have some directors that I make them do things, or they are in situations where they come to me for advice, and I just leave them. Because you have to groom them. I put some teams as team members, I charge them, I guide them, and I leave them, and I watch them make those mistakes. Because you have to allow them make those mistakes so that you would be able to delegate important things to them. It is in the process of allowing them in those fears, in making big decisions, life decisions, threatening decisions, that they learn true leadership and they are able to handle the mantle. Then you can delegate. Don't start with delegation. Start with training and empowering them first. If you delegate to a fool, you are finished. Rather do it yourself than give it to a fool. Be very careful. Feed yourself first. That's another major thing you must know. You have to carry this load. A malnourished leader is, how can I put it? Let me say, a malnourished leader will create a starving team. If you are hungry, you cannot feed your team. If you are hungry with knowledge, you don't know things, you are not wise, you are not loaded, you can never feed your team. So you need to read, you need to reflect, you need to retreat back to yourself, empower yourself so that you can feed your team. Leadership is mental warfare. So you must arm your mind daily. That's how you can be able to carry this load. Major thing, you must accept that pain. You must accept that pain is part of the purpose. You cannot separate leadership from suffering. You cannot separate it from pain. And listen, pain is not punishment in leadership. It's preparation. So you must get it right that no, because I'm going through this stage now, I'm being punished. You're not being punished. You're being prepared. Even when big decisions are put in your laps, you are being prepared. Being prepared. I love the faces I'm seeing tonight. And I love the leaders that are being created today. I'm happy about what's going to happen. Remember, I said one of the biggest load is commitment. I will see how many of you will be committed to stay to the end. That's how I know leaders. That's how I know who owns that discipline to be able to stay to the end. How can you carry this load again? Celebrate your small wins. This journey is long, the load is heavy. So take joy in the progress. Any small thing, diligence, as you have started those things, when you win, small courses, training, celebrate it. Clap for yourself on how far you have become. Some of you, years ago, you were not like this. You know what? All of you right now, drop your pen and clap for yourself. Even for being in this assembly, clap for. Let's see, don't wait for the world to clap for you. Clap for yourself. Yeah. You have done well. Forget about what these haters are saying. Forget about what the jealous family member is saying, what the envious friend is saying. So about what anybody, you that I'm saying in this room, you've done well for yourself. So celebrate those small wins, because even in wars, soldiers take rest, even in battles. Honestly, I was reading this afternoon and I sat down reading. I've been soaking myself in that book. I was enjoying what I was reading. The next thing I smelled this jollof rice. My PA knows. I smelt it from the kitchen. I'm like, I'm like, no, this is distraction. I smelt that jollof. You know, this jollof rice again that follows the wind. Then it will now come back again and come again. Then I think by the time it came back, it came with the chicken. At that time, I said, you know what? Even in wars, so just take rest. I closed the book. I went downstairs in the kitchen. I did not even go to the chef. And I just opened the pot. From the pot, sorry, don't do this. It's not a good sign of leadership. I put my spoon. I'm sure my chef now, she will hear that I'm the one that went to the kitchen. I have to go and apologize to her that I was the one. I had like 4 or 5 spoons of that jollof rice. Then I came back to the home office. That now I can lead. Take a break sometimes and feed yourself, feed your mind, and of course, celebrate yourself when you smell jollof rice, eat jollof rice. Guys, every load has a reward. Every pain has a purpose. Though every crown will come with a cross, but I can assure you, it's not that cross that you'll be crucified on. It is a cross that you will carry and transfer to many lives that you will liberate in life. Honestly, some of you who have dropped the load, pick it up from today. Carry that load with pride because you were chosen. Walk boldly with your burden, because that burden is your badge of honor. From now on, take pride in the leadership that you have. Listen, God did not give you the load to break you. Honestly, He didn't. He gave you that load to build you. And I always say something. He gave you that load to lift you so as to build nations, the continents across the world, and to make this world a better place. It is a privilege to be chosen. And I'm going to end by giving you one of my most favorite quotes. When that load is heavy, when it makes you feel weak and you are getting tired, remember, your stamina is the reason why God chose you in the first place. I love you from the bottom of my heart. And that load of yours, it takes you to greatness. You so miss my friends, and I am not God. Thank you very much.
Amazing. Please let us celebrate our president, Dr. Sumi Smart Francis, for that amazing delivery on the leadership. Thank you so much, Dr. Sumi. But I think you actually forgot one particular load. And I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. The load of sharing with your team members. Because you finished that jollof, you ate the jollof by yourself, and you didn't share. And that's part of the load that you have as a leader to share with us. Thank you so much, sir, for that amazing one. I mean, we've learned so much. And of course, when you're about to start sharing the load of it, sir, I expected to hear like 2 or 3 or at most 5 loads, but right now I have almost 12 on my notes. I mean, this thing is heavy. Sir, how are you able to carry it? How come you don't have one back? Because this load is heavy. is really heavy. Thank you, Dr. Sumi, once again. I mean, I have learned so much. And of course, I'm sure there are a lot of people here who have learned so much as well as myself. I would love to share their feedback or how this resonates with them. But before I even hand over the mic to anybody, I mean, one particular load that you spoke about, which resonates strongly with me, is the load that has to do with public scrutiny or public expectations. And of course, I think I'll just add my own to it. I feel like that also comes as a fear of failure, like no room to fail. That means as a leader, you really do not have any room to fail. There is no room to fail as a leader, not just because of yourself, not just because you have to prove it to yourself, but because you have to prove it to the people who are watching and the people who you are leading. You cannot fail. There is no room for failure. Thank you once again, Dr. Sumi. I can see a couple of hands. I expected to see a bit more hands. I mean, there are a lot of things which have been touched today. I have almost 12 loads on my, oh wow, I can see more people. Yes, that's the power that I'm talking about. And of course, we'll start with the first person who raised his hand. Mr. Diligent, you have 1 minute. We're pressed for time, so please keep strictly to time. You have 1 minute. Can you go ahead and mute your mic? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Manuela. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you for the scheme of work. This is a scheme of work for me. It's a scheme of work. And I really appreciate you. Thank you for sharing this. That's all I can just say now, because I already have the scheme of work. It's for the next thing is for me to start implementing. And even before the appointment, after getting the appointment, sir, I have started receiving the load. Letters to this, letters to that, letters to the governor, this and that. And it's so, even during this meeting, the king has just called me. We need to fix this. How do we go about it? You are the consultant, you are in charge. Now I understand. So I am not afraid, because I have the scheme of work here. I am not afraid, and I'm going to do you proud, sir. Thank you very much. I remain my humble self, Mr. Diligent, and my ministry is entrepreneurship. I'm done speaking now. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Diligent, for that. And of course, we're super happy to see that you're not scared. And of course, Mr. President has given us all the tools that we need to be able to carry this load efficiently. So we wish you all the best in carrying your load. All right, we'll move on to the next person. Falilat. Falilat, you have 1 minute. Kindly unmute your mic.
Good evening, everyone. I'm very happy to be in the assembly this evening, and I'm glad I didn't miss out. I've learned a lot from this assembly today, and I think one of the loads that really speaks to me is the load of consistency. For a leader, you can't show up today and not show up tomorrow. You can't be fluctuational about it. You really have to be consistent. I, as a person, I post my business every day. And there are some days I wake up, I don't feel like posting. I really don't feel like doing anything. Even on phone, I really don't feel like pressing my phone or going on WhatsApp. But because I know I have to show up for my business, I have to show up for my brand, I still do it. So thank you, Mr. President, and thank you for giving us the solutions, not just telling us about the load, but you also gave us the ways to carry the load. I'm really grateful. Thank you. May God give you more grace to lead us.
Thank you so much, Falila. Thank you for sharing that feedback with us. And of course, yes, we absolutely agree with you. Leadership is not as your mood. It doesn't have anything to do with your mood. You always have to consistently show up, no matter how you feel, even in your bad days, even in your lonely days, even in the days where you feel the weakest, you still have to consistently show up as a leader. Thank you once again, Falilat. We'll move on to Dr. Joy. I think it's a 2-in-1 feedback. So we'll take Dr. Joy and we'll take Sumi Smart Francis III.
Okay. Thank you, Emmanuel. Emmanuela, thank you, Dad. So what I wanted to ask is, we have to be hated for us to grow. So we can't, if we're not hated, we haven't grown at all.
Okay, that's a question.
Yes, Dr. Sumi, I think that's a question directed to you. Please go ahead.
Okay. I'll answer the question privately because of our time. unless some of you also want that answer as well. But to just round it up in one sentence, unfortunately, my dear boy, when you're growing in life, there's going to bring different reaction from those that you please and those that you do not please. Because the role of a leader, we create at all times two sides to justice. And even when you do the right things, the wrong things from the wrong ones will not be happy with you. And that is where the hatred comes from. I'll tell you more about it later. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, of course. When you start having haters, then you know that you're definitely doing something right. You always have haters when you're doing the right thing and you're leading correctly. Thank you, Dr. Sumi, for that answer. We'll move on to Chikodi. Chikodi, please, you have 1 minute. Kindly unmute your mic.
Thank you, Mrs. Emanuela. Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, everybody. For me, what resonates with me is that a leader's load is heavy. No matter how heavy it is, you have to carry it. And as a leader, you have to accept criticism. As leader, you have to invest in personal growth and development. As leader, you have to show up even when you are miserable, even when you don't feel like, even when you are mourning, even when you are lamenting, you have to still show up. And God doesn't look at the convenience, He look at the commitment. So as a leader, you have to be committed. That's what resonates within me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chikodi. And of course, we can definitely relate her feedback to Dr. Sumi's approach of basically handling leadership and being able to carry this load. He said, prioritize your source. So whatever it is, it's always a higher authority that you're working on there. So if it's God, if you're a Christian, then you have to always go back to your God and be able to prioritize your source. And that will give you the energy, the stamina, the drive that you need to be able to carry this very, very heavy load. Thank you once again. We'll move on to Peter Friday. Peter Friday, please go ahead. You have 1 minute.
Thank you so much, Barrister Manuel, and then Mr. President. Thank you so much for the words and admonishment. I think 2 out of the, almost everything resonates with me, but the one that I feel like resonates with me more is the one that you mentioned, that once you become a leader, you are a perfected robot. Perfected robot, I like to use myself as an example because I remember after my university days, I had the opportunity to serve as a teaching assistant in the department. And even up till date, 1 year later, I still have students coming into my DMs almost every day to ask for to directions. Even in their final years, they want to seek for opinions. And sometimes you see like the groups of 3, 4, 5 assembling me just to help them just to assist them in, doing this assignment and coaching them on how to go with the assignment. The best approach. And I think the other one that I also feel like resonates with me more is your last word, your closing remark. You said, your stamina is the reason why God has chosen you in the first place. Still link it to my teaching assistant days because I had the opportunity to move outside to go and do my national service somewhere else. But then I had this particular man in my faculty, which was my former faculty dean. He kept on pointing and pointing and pointing, and he said, without that boy, Peter, I can't work with anybody else. So I want that boy because I believe he has the potential. So looking at me, somebody who studied fashion, now I had to come and be a teaching assistant in the communication department. So this is like way too different department. But then got so good, like you said, prioritizing your source. I was able to, manifest, and even up till now, I still feel like people are still calling me. So thank you so much for these words of admonishment, and I feel like you've given me something to work on. Thank you very much, sir, and God bless you. More auction to function.
God bless you too, Peter. Thank you for your feedback. And of course, if you're still here, thank you so much for your consistency and your patience to stay till the end of the assembly. Very, very shortly, we're going to be rounding up. And of course, we're going to go to the dance and networking segment. But before we get to that, we'll just take a few more feedbacks right on time. Okay, so Mr. Benga, I will be taking you last. So I would like to kindly move on to Lady Lodina. You have 1 minute. Please go ahead and unmute your mic and share your feedback. Thank you.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, hello.
Okay.
Please go ahead. We can hear you, Lodina.
Okay, good evening. So it's my first time joining the assembly, and I must say I have learned more than I have done in years. Actually, as I'm a public officer first, I'm a farmer as an entrepreneur, I'm a photographer, I'm a leader in church, I'm a leader at the office. I forget about myself. So I think what I'm taking with me tonight, and I think I'm gonna keep it for a very long time, if not forever, is to remember to take a break for myself and to celebrate my little gains. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm glad I got the opportunity to join.
Thank you so much, Lodina. Of course, we're super happy and excited to have you as a part of us today, and we hope that you continue to attend the Entrepreneurs Assembly subsequently. Every Saturday by 6 p.m. GMT plus 1, we're always here to share new knowledge, new wisdom, and of course, to connect with like-minded entrepreneurs. Once again, thank you so much for being here today. We'll move on to the next person right about now. Rosemary, please, you have 1 minute. Kindly go ahead and unmute your mic.
Okay, thank you, Emanuela. Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Mr. President, for this wonderful session. Yeah, everything resonated with me. What resonated with me mostly is celebrate your little win. I can remember sometime by this time last year, I was able to get my laptop, and today I have added some tools to my work. And when I look at it, I'm so happy because I'm growing. It wasn't like this last year, and today I'm where I am because I am growing. I was eager to grow. So thank you very much. This is me celebrating myself. Please celebrate your little win, no matter how small it is. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rosemary. We're super happy to see your growth, and we hope and pray that you continue to grow in such steady pace. All right, we'll move on to Biodun. Biodun, please, just as the others, you have 1 minute. Kindly go ahead and unmute your mic.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. President. It's a great time of the assembly today. So for me personally, I've always imagined what it's like when I grow beyond my current stage, because I look at the likes of Elon Musk, I look at the likes of Mark Zuckerberg, I think of what they are facing. If I'm facing this kind of challenge and this kind of heavy load at this moment, what will it be like when I get to the next stage? So this gives me a time to peek into the future, a window to what it would look like, and it's something I appreciate because it will give me the chance to be better prepared for it. And the point that resonates with me the most is fight from the people that actually love it. So it happens to me a lot. I barely have time for any other thing, and it's actually a battle. So I think I'll be deliberate about creating more time for that, because I see it's unavoidable and it's part of the challenge. Thank you.
I'm sure someone else was as shocked as me when they heard the burden or the load of your loved ones. I mean, how can your loved ones be a load to you as a leader? But of course, Dr. Sumi has his way of communicating and, of course, explaining these things to us in a way that we can really understand what he's trying to say. Thank you, Dr. Sumi, and of course, thank you, Biodun, for all your feedback. We'll move on to Dr. Aisha. Dr. Aisha, if you can turn on your camera, it'd be great. But if you cannot, kindly proceed and share your feedback in 1 minute. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so sorry. I can't turn on my camera because the place is dark. No, I'm in the village though. First of all, I want to use this opportunity to thank each and every one of my family, because I usually said AYE is family. And I always thank Almighty Allah for bringing me to this place. For each and every one of you who has contributed last time, and even yesterday I still saw a lot. It's so amazing, and thank you so much. Thank you for each and every one of you. May Almighty Allah bless you, bless us, and keep us together. One love, keep us together as usual. Mr. President, thank you so much. Dr. Joy, thank you so much. Your prayers are working amazing. It's it's something different. I'm so glad and I'm proud that I'm here. I raise my shoulder anytime, anywhere as a member of an AYE. And thank you, Mr. President, for your reminder. Each time you come online, every Saturday, you give us something to take away and to remind us as entrepreneurs, we have to keep moving. What I always remember when I'm going back, I always remember my first time of meeting you, which is I go back to the video. If I feel as if I'm failing, I know that I have a stamina somewhere and I have someone somewhere who will remind me of who I am and what I'm supposed to do at the right time, even if I'm doing it wrong. Thank you. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much, Aisha. Thank you. I know if we leave you, we'll just keep hearing.
I love you all.
Thank you so much, Aisha. Thank you so much. We are happy for you and we can see how much joy and impact this organization and Dr. Sumi is making in your life. Thank you once again for sharing. Because of time, I would like to move on straight to the next person. I can see a new hand raised. Darlington, you can go, and then after you, Emily, straight after you can go.
Good evening, all. Good evening, Mr. President. I really want to thank you so much for today's section. It's very, very impactful. I've really learned a lot today. Today's session is more like a revelation, more like a wake-up call. It's a wake-up call because it's just like a second chance to do things that you ought to be doing, because right now, some of us have been neglecting these loads. We don't really know that they are there. So I really want to thank you, Mr. President. And the one that really gets to me most is the load of own values. Yes, why I'm saying this, because of as we all, as in all of us, we have our own values, and most times, because of maybe, let me take it to the political line, there's what we call in political science, politics of proximity. You will try to favor the person close to you because of, okay, this is the person that is closer to you. I know that this thing is not really right, but because of, you know that if you don't do this thing for the person, and the person will try to say that you are not doing what you're supposed to do. Mr. President, I want to put it like a question to you. Is it good to respond to critics, like when people criticize you when you're not doing the right thing, or you should just try to just move on? Because I've got some kind answer like from Mr. P2B, say you always move ahead, while some people will don't. As in Mr. P2B will say he will want to know what you are criticizing him about, and some people will say no, they'll just go like people like Wiki. I want to understand, is it good to respond to critics when you are a leader? And I just want to know, Mr. President. Thank you. Thank you. If you can answer me, sir. Thank you, sir.
Mr. President. Okay.
I want to commend everybody still in the room. First, before I respond to the question, this is a good sign of leadership. I'm impressed and I'm proud of you. I've always told everybody we did our year of professionalism 2 years ago, and we learned that we always finish anything we start. Anything. We go to an event, we go to a session, we must be there to the very end. And you guys have just proven it right now. So I commend you all for staying. I'm sure within the next 10 minutes, we should be running up. Amazing question. My answer is personalized. Get my audio on my YouTube with the title, Will You Keep Quiet? The title is, Will You Keep Quiet? I don't believe in people to be quiet. If critics come, blast me, I blast him too. I will tell you why later. There's nothing like, there's a lot of things that people are quiet. Good is quiet. That is major problem that we're having. We need to start having some loud good. And I charge every one of you, it's not even until they criticize you. Let me even shock you. If you find a critic criticizing for the wrong reason that does not make sense and it's bad, every good people here, I call you today and I charge you. Rise up with your goodness and be loud with it. Tell the person to shut the hell up. That time has passed where we allow bad to prevail. Right now, the good is loud. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sumi. Thank you. Okay, so now we'll move on to Emily. Emily, please go ahead and unmute your mic. We can't see you very clearly, so you can turn off your camera if it's not visible.
Hi, good evening, Mr. President. Please, good evening, everyone. So kindly pardon me with my camera. I don't know what just happened, but I think I'll fix it by tomorrow. One thing that's really resonated with me during this discussion on leadership is the idea of embracing vulnerability without losing authority. As leaders, we often feel pressure to always appear strong and in control. But true leadership also means being human. I mean, being honest, and also about our challenges, asking for help when needed. The key to doing this while standing firm in our values. And I also want to add that vulnerability isn't weakness. It is a way to connect, to build trust, and also to inspire others to connect. The last thing I want to say is I'm very happy to be part of this team, and I pray and I hope that we move far. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Emily, for your feedback. And of course, we'll take the last man standing. He has been patiently waiting for his turn. Thank you so much, Mr. Benga, for your patience. Please, the mic is yours.
Yeah, thank you so much, Manuela. Thank you so much, Mr. President. Actually, I think today I have received the curriculum, or let me say the syllabus of leaders carrying a load. And there's a particular one that actually resonated with me, and it has to do with the load of growth. And Mr. President, you said something, sir, and that something made another thing to actually dawn on me. You said growth is the silent killer of shallow friendship. And something actually dawned on me, that it is not everybody that we lose in life that is a loss, and that actually the load of growth will signal the death of shallow relationships around you. In fact, I'm still thinking. And then, Mr. President, I want to say thank you so much. The Lord bless you. The Lord will increase you more and more. I'm blessed. Thank you. Over to you, Manuela.
Thank you, Mr. Benga. Thank you so much. And of course, every single entrepreneur here today, I would like for you to do something that shows the appreciation that you have for all that Mr. President has done for us here today. I mean, it takes a lot of effort, a lot of energy. We've been here for quite a while. And of course, it must have not been an easy one to sacrifice this time to impact lives. So I want you to just use the reaction button underneath your screen and just pour some love on the screen. Let's just show this man how much we appreciate him, how much we appreciate the efforts, the time, the resources, every single thing he does just to ensure that we are loaded and we get equipped and we get the knowledge and we get all these things free of charge without any payment. I'm sure if we're paying for all the knowledge that he has been sharing with us from January till now, we would have spent quite a lot, but we get it for free. Mr. President, we appreciate you from the bottom of our hearts for all your effort. We do not take you for granted. We love you. Thank you so much for all that you have done for us here today, and of course, all that you've been doing for us over the years. Once more, thank you. And of course, everyone who has shared their feedback today, a big thank you to you too. It's been such an amazing session. I'm sure you'd agree with me. When we started the session, or when we're about starting the session, I promised you that it was going to be amazing. Isn't it? Wasn't it amazing? Yes, I can see some smiles. So that shows that it was definitely thumbs up. Yes, that shows that you all had an amazing time today. I'm super happy myself, and I learned so much today. Once more, next week Saturday by the same time, 6 p.m. GMT +1, we're going to be gathering here once again, and this time we're going to be doing something different. We'll have a guest speaker who will come in and share also from their wealth of knowledge. And as promised, next week is also going to be another amazing time. So you don't want to miss it. Ensure that you're coming next week, not alone, but you're coming with at least one person, because this is something that you will want a friend that you care about, or a colleague that you care about, or anyone you care about to miss out on. Ladies and gentlemen, we've now come to the end of today's session. It's been such an amazing time, and I've had the pleasure of moderating today's session. I've had so much fun. Thank you so much for being a part of this amazing session. Of course, we're going to be going out with our closing mantra, and for those who do not know it, it's a simple call and response, and we do it putting our hands together just like this. So when I say, if you can achieve this much alone, then you have to respond at the top of your voice by saying, how much more can be achieved together? So if we're ready, I'd like to see your hands put together like this. It symbolizes collaboration, it symbolizes oneness, it symbolizes togetherness as African entrepreneurs. So I can see a few mics unmuted just to take the mantra with me. All right, entrepreneurs from all across the world, if you can achieve this much alone, how much more can we achieve together? Thank you so much. It's been such an amazing time. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Please do not go anywhere.
You're rocking with the best.
This is Africa's Young Entrepreneurs, where African entrepreneurs at home and in the diaspora come together to connect, collaborate, and build strategic partnerships. Join us now.
Small time alongside JW.
My bestie and your bestie sit down by the fire. Your bestie says she want parties, so can we make these flames go higher? Talking about hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. I go ane. Chucking more fina anane. Chucking more fina ane. Start my truck, let's all jump in. Here we go together. Nice cool breeze and big palm trees. I tell you, life don't get no better. Talking about hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. I go ane. Chucking more fina anane. Chucking more fina ane. Okay, your mama ngwele. Step on the dancing floor. Hips be winding, DJ rewinding. Take it to the island way. Okay, your baby mama. Put on your dancing shoes. One drop it, pop it low now. Take it to the max now. Jam in this small jam way. Jam in this small jam way. My bestie and your bestie dancing by the fire. Your bestie says she want parties, so can we make these flames go higher? Talking about hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. I go ane. Chucking more fina anane. Chucking more fina ane.
Let me take it from here. Solomon girl straight up, right hoochie mama. Make me party non-stop in a island banda. Swing those hips and back it up to me ragga. A chance for party ladies do the doggy doggy. I'm drumming island reggae, rapping blue, green and yellow. Me tapping on me beat, make a slow wine for me baby. Speakers pumping, people jumping. We drumming the island way.
Shout out to the good time crew all across the islands. Grab your shoes, let me 2x2, and now we shine it bright like diamonds. Talking about hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. I go ane. Chucking more fina anane. Chucking more fina ane.
Yes, one drop it, pop it low now. Take it to the max now. Jump in the small jam way. Wind it.
Wind up, go down, wind up, go down. Twist your body backward.
We go
left, left, we go right, right. Turn it around and forward.
Wind up, go down again.
Wind up, go down, wind up, go down. Twist your body backward.
Twist it back.
We go left, left, we go right, right. Turn it around and forward. My bestie and your bestie dancing by the fire. Your bestie says she want parties, so can we make these flames go higher? Talking about hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. I go ane. Chucking more fina anane. Chucking more fina ane. Chucking more fina ane.
You're rocking with the best.
This is Africa's Young Entrepreneurs, where African entrepreneurs at home and in the diaspora come together to connect, collaborate, and build strategic partnerships. Join us now.